o áudio. Hello everyone, welcome to one more episode of Talking Times. Have you been having a hard time connecting to the nature, going outdoors, having some me or relaxing time? If so, you're gonna have a nice time with us today. We're gonna be talking about doing some exercise and connecting to the nature and having fun. And I hope after this conversation you start to be a little off of the screen and have some nice time with that right after our podcast intro. Hello, 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 hello. How are you, Amanda?
Hi, good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm okay, and you?
I'm true. I'm a little nervous today. No, I'm joking. I'm not.
I am.
Okay, so let's start with in the best way possible. Hello to everyone watching us right now. Now, everybody, please, with me, let's have an awkward pause. Okay, too awkward is fine. So now that we got that off, out of the way, that's the worst thing that can happen in a live podcast is an awkward pause. So you're fine, It's just downhill from here now, Amanda. No, it's not. Before we start our chat, please introduce yourself. So who are you? What do you do? What do you like?
Okay, good. So my name is Amanda. I turned 26 years old last Sunday. And
happy birthday. Late happy birthday.
Thanks. And I have a degree in social work. And I am an English teacher since 2023. And I've been working at Times since February, I think, 2025. So that was it. I believe I am an outgoing person. I am very sociable. I like to talk to people. I like to make friends. And I like to do physical activities in general. I like going out with my friends. So that was it.
Nice. Every time I have an English teacher here, I like to ask, what's your story? How did you start teaching? How did you learn English? This is something that students like to relate to because they imagine that once you become a teacher, you don't commit mistakes, you know everything, and it's not like that, So what's your story, Amanda? How did you become a teacher?
Okay, so I started studying English when I was 10 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And I was influenced by my dad because he has an English degree and he tried to do this with my older sister. He tried to push her into this world, but it didn't work because she was not interested. And then he tried to do with me and it worked. So I was influenced by him, and I've been studying English since then. And that's it. During the pandemic, I did volunteer work. And I was an interpreter for refugees. Yeah, and that's it. It was my first job, my first experience using the language. And it was a very enriching experience for me.
No, and nice because you could put two things that you enjoy together, the social work, imagine
Exactly.
what drives you is probably that urge after you do something that really genuinely helps another person. It's an amazing feeling, that you some people imagine, okay, it's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. And what were the reactions that you used to get? Because I imagine teaching English to refugees and having the opportunity to know a little bit about their world and the struggles that they were facing, I don't know, must have been very different.
Yeah, okay. I did not teach them English. They were foreigners who want to enter in Brazil, you know, so
Okay.
they didn't speak Portuguese.
You did
And
the other
they,
way around.
yes, exactly. They spoke English, and then I had to translate because they didn't speak Portuguese. So they were people who want to enter in Brazil because they were escaping from wars and
Hmm.
broken families and financial problems. And they had to do interviews with the Brazilian authorities to get into our country. You know, so most of them didn't speak Portuguese, so I had to do these interviews with them to help them. Yeah, told
Damn.
their stories to Brazilian authorities, and it was a very, very nice work. I had the opportunity to get to know different situations, you know, like really difficult situations actually. But since I had this degree in social work, I had an idea, and I also had this opportunity to mix languages and the work with vulnerabilities.
Hmm.
So it was great.
No, I can only imagine. And uh, how did you start creating like a I imagine it's important, correct me if I'm wrong, Amanda, but it's very essential to have like a relation of trust with them. So you will find you understand better the profile of these people and the best way to kind of do this bridge, you know, connecting them to the other person that is here. Like, okay, you are welcome, or sorry, not today. No.
Yes, I did not have the power to
Hmm.
say if they could enter or not,
Mhm.
but I think um, we had to be respectful, you
Mhm.
know, and try to translate what they were trying to say in the best way. So the Brazilian authorities would say if they could enter or not. It was not my job,
Yeah.
but I tried to help them.
Yeah, but I imagine we put a lot of expectations, you know, and for example, we create this an emotional connection with people. I'm thinking, for example, when we have a student, and the student say, "Ah, teacher, I'm going to have a job interview," and then say, "Okay, sit your ass here and let's talk about it." And then you think, oh, I will have a class with Fulano again. I hope he has got the job, you know, like you start, oh, I hope
Yes,
everything works well. That's
yes, of
nice.
course. Yes.
Okay, then this was you told me was back in the during the pandemics, right? And how did you start teach here at times, and what were your impressions when you started?
Okay, I have a friend actually
Mm-hmm.
who works here too, and I don't know, I have seen some photos of him here at
Mm-hmm.
times, and I thought with myself, maybe it's nice school, I could work there, you know. And
Yeah.
then I asked him, you know, like if he could help me. And then he was like, of course, yes. And then I came here and it was nice. It was really good. I really liked to work here.
Yeah, me too. I have fun. You know, that's essential. And
Yeah.
so what are your favorite classes here that you enjoy teaching?
Okay, so I really like teaching grammar. You know, I know it's not the student's favorite, but for me, it's good when I have rules to follow. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think grammar is the basis for a good understanding. So I know there are many dynamic classes here, you know, like song
Mm-hmm.
classes and movie classes. I believe they are important, of course, but I think when you know how to use grammar, you know, I think it's you can talk better in a better
It
way.
makes sense to you, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I like to have
Nice.
rules to follow. You know.
Nice. Uh, that one thing that helped me a lot when I started teaching here, it was the focus that we have in communication. So it made easy for us to make students understand the grammar topics because everything is very visual. And then, for example, you are teaching, I don't know, present perfect, for example, that is one that students normally struggle. And then you say, oh, simple past, we're gonna use the time and blah blah blah. Present perfect, I don't know. Tell me about the experiences. Where have you been? No, no, no. And then the students, okay, teacher, this place, this place, this place. And then when they notice, they're already using that in a natural
Yeah.
way,
Mhm.
It's just really nice to see. Oh, hello, Lucas. Hello, teacher. Okay. Marlon Silva, yes, okay. Teacher Amanda, aka 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗶𝗺𝗀. Okay. Right. Hello, people.
You
We're
are
in okay.
Devonico.
Okay, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗃 and 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗃 here. Nice. Okay, did you come across any funny stories during your time, during the time you were translating? A question from Lucas. Because translating is tricky sometimes, right? Depends on the expression, and
Yeah,
sometimes you don't have a
yes,
corresponding thing in the language.
yes. It's a good question. Actually, I used to do a lot of interviews with Africans,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they have a strong accent,
Mm-hmm.
And once I was doing an interview and I didn't understand the word that the man was saying. And I was like, I didn't understand the name of this person. I thought it was a name. I thought it was a person's name, and I was not understanding. I was like, what is the name? I couldn't understand. And the
Mm-hmm.
guy had a really strong accent. And he was like, no, it's not her name. I am saying my sister, my sister. It was my
Ah,
sister.
was
And I
probably
thought it
something
was
like, "It's not her name. I'm saying my sister."
my sister, my sister. I thought it was
Uh-huh.
the name of the person. And I was like, what is her name? I don't know. What is her name? And he was like, no, it's not the name. My sister, my sister. And I was like, oh, my sister. And he was like, yeah, my sister. And I was like, oh, okay. But in general, it didn't happen too much because it were sad situations. It was
Mm.
difficult times. It did not happen all the time. There were not funny stories. But this one, I had difficulties because I couldn't understand what he was saying, and I thought it was the name of the person. He was like, "No, it's not her name. It's not her name. It's my sister, my sister." And I thought, "Okay, okay. Now I understand.
No,
Okay, it's your sister."
my accents are my favorite thing about English. And one thing that I notice is the first time you encounter a new one. I'm working in the Scottish one. Yeah, but I cannot do it yet. But eventually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to work in my Scottish accent. So I cannot do it yet. But once you start to get the kind of the grip of it, like so this is the vowels. These are the way they do the linking sounds. Like you mentioned this masista. If
Mhm.
our brain's not expecting the omission of the R and the vowels too, like other becomes oda sometimes, this
Mhm.
type of things. Uh, it's really cool. I have this friend. He's Moroccan French. Like his mother is French. His father was Moroccan. No, wait, the other way around. His mother was Moroccan. His father was French. I couldn't understand more than 10% of what he was telling me the first time. No, bro, you do not understand, man. What's going to happen here? And he has this voice like this, and
Yeah.
eventually it became like normal. But
Mhm.
after talking a lot every day, having contact, normal. But it was
A different
challenging.
type of English. A different type of
Yeah,
English. I have a friend who traveled to Ireland, and then she told me,
another nice one.
girl, they don't speak English, it's not English.
Yeah.
Different.
So, heads up here, if you're struggling with an accent, insist. Don't give up. Don't cry. Or maybe cry, but keep having contact
Well,
eventually. Yeah, actually, it's from 6 to 8 weeks of everyday contact, it starts to become easier. Yes, unless it's Russian, then in 1 hour you can get the hang of it. Okay, Renata said hi, teacher Amanda. Okay, okay, teacher Marlon here. Oh, sorry, Givonico, I guess. What was the most challenging topic to be taught by you and why? Okay, that's a good one.
A grammar topic?
Yeah, for example, I struggled a lot with past perfect and past perfect continuous because when I started teaching,
Yeah, they're hard.
it didn't make any sense for me. And then reported speech, how to make the students understand in a simple way, you know. These were mine, you know.
Well, like you said, students have trouble with present perfect, you know, because I don't know. I think they have difficulties with irregular verbs and past participle. I think they confuse them a lot, you know, and when they learn simple past and past participle, they confuse them all the time. So I have to explain the difference like all the time when they are learning present perfect. They confuse like simple past with the past participle. And I'm like, no, in this case, you need to use past participles, not simple past. And they confuse the verbs, the irregular verbs. It's confusing for them, I think. And we need to explain too many times.
Yeah, a technique that I like to use is relate to a long-term memory. So it works with like a joke or something that they are not expecting, you know, or maybe just a good memory. Like, okay, the best movie you've ever seen. It's Lord of the Rings, of course. And when was the last time you went to the movies? You know, that's not debatable here. No, I'm joking. It is, but you will be wrong anyways. Or when was the last time you went to the movies, for example? And then they start to, and then you see the last time you went to the movies, blah blah blah, and then okay. Now tell me a little bit about the place you live, and then we can go to the main topic today. So imagine, okay, I'm a gringo, first time going to Aguas Claras, right?
Yeah.
And what should I expect? Where should I go? And how is the city? Because my oldest memory from Brasilia, I was very, very, very young. But what was very confusing for me, because I'm from Campinas, the names of the cities, I was looking and it made no sense for me. It was like, how can people not get lost here? You know, it was really, really different.
The name of the streets?
Yeah. Because it was not like, for example, Street Rubens Alves. It was like a code. I just remember it was very different, you know.
Well,
For us, kind of normal, right?
Yeah, the name of the streets here in Brasilia, usually we use numbers and letters, you know, it's like QNM3, you know, EPTG. You know, like
because fuck tourists, that's why. Imagine the mayor.
Yeah, the name of the streets is not like in other cities, like the one you said. It's not Maria Isabel Street. It's not like that.
Exactly.
But it works for me. Actually, I think it's easier, and
it has a logic behind.
Yeah, there is. There are like they have another like 1, 2, 3. You can follow the order, you know. For example, I live in a city called Ceilândia, and Ceilândia, the address, there are letters and numbers, you know, and there is a logic behind it because there are blocks with odd numbers and blocks with even numbers. So we can see the difference, and when you know the logic behind it, I think it's easier to find the address that you want to go. And for example, when I travel to other cities, I think it's difficult because you need to know the names of the streets by heart, you know. There is no logic
exactly
behind it, you know, and for me it's difficult than the numbers and the letters that we have here in Brasilia. So for me, here it's better than the names of the streets in other cities,
Oh,
like you
I
said.
completely agree because, but as a tourist, you have to know like where to start because imagine you are in
Yeah.
street Z/2, and then okay, I go back to go to street A or I go forward and it's street
Yeah.
Roman algorithm.
You need to understand the logic,
Yeah.
the math
Mm.
behind it. But when you know it, you can go everywhere. I think
Yeah,
it's
now
better.
I imagine somebody from Brazil the first time here, and then arrives and looks street Hermes and Renato, and then okay, where's the street Cacete Planeta? It's kind of try to find some logic there, you
Exactly.
know.
Yeah, you need to know them by heart. I am from Fortaleza. Actually, my family lives
Mhm.
there, and it's the same thing there. The name of the streets are like famous people or like politicians. The name of the streets, and
Yeah, the
there
ego
is
of these
no.
people, right?
Yeah, and I used to get lost there because I don't know the name of the streets and there was no logic behind it. I was like, okay, João da Silva Street, but where is Maria da
Close to
Silva
Little
Street? I
Pedro
don't
Street.
know. Yeah, it's hard for me. It's
Okay.
hard.
I guess this podcast is going to be revolutionary, because people get lost. So we should come up with a universal code, colors
Yeah,
and numbers and one arrow, like,
yes,
find some
yes.
logic there.
A letter and the number. It would be great.
Make like the alphabet. It's easy.
Yeah.
You see, I told you before that I get sidetracked easily. We were talking about English, and then we are supposed to talk about doing activities outdoor, and now we're talking about names and mapping the city. Yay. Oh, okay. Arthur said here, Amanda is truly the best teacher in the world. Yay, good to see you.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. Other than the whole street naming thing, so if you are a tourist there, get the logic, before.
Exactly.
Uh, what would you say, Amanda, for example, people that have this routine, stay in front of a computer every day. Sometimes they work in front of a computer. When they go home, they stay, I don't know, with their phones, watching something to relax, watching some series, but they are not happy and they want to start doing something outdoors. I don't know, going to a park or going to the gym, or what would you recommend? It would be a nice way to start, or maybe you can share how did you start, and then let's see.
Well, I think a good way to start, like you can look for something that you like,
Mm-hmm.
because people think that going to the gym is the only option they have. For example, I don't like to go to the gym because I don't know any reason,
I
but
feel bored. Yeah, some people they tell me
yes,
this. Going
yeah,
on a
yeah, exactly.
treadmill or doing this makes me
It
feel
happens a
bored, right?
lot, yes. It's boring sometimes. I agree. But it's not the only option you have, like you can do other physical activities, not only going to the gym, you can look for Pilates classes or yoga classes, follow dance classes. The first thing I think you should do is like find something you enjoy doing, there is no right activity or wrong activity. You can go outside, you can go for a walk, you can go running.
Hmm.
If you like to do the kind of things you should do. It's not going to the gym is not the only option you have. So first of all, you need to find something you like to do, and then something important, like it's and more practical, is when you find a place near you, like a place near your house or near your work with a good schedule, because sometimes people work all day long and the only time they have to do an physical exercise is like in the evening, at night,
Hmm.
so if you can find a place with a good schedule, the schedule that works for you, I think would be nice.
Yeah, this is very good advice, and it's totally makes total sense. I could only go back to doing physical activities when I finally found a place that is exactly on my way to work. So to go to work, I have to literally drive in front of the gym. So I just leave my house 1 hour early, go there, train, and then go on my way. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze, yeah. But before I moved from one house to another, and I stayed months without going to the gym exactly because of this. It was too far, and you are already tired, you know. So
Yes, exactly.
um, another
The
thing that I would say is if possible, do the heaviest thing. You know, if you're going to run or you are doing some physical activity, do as early as possible before everything
Mhm.
else you have to do, because of the endorphins and everything is going to give you some extra motivation. And after you're done with work and studies, you can just chill, you know.
Yes, yes, I really like to go to the gym in the morning, and
Only
the
old
gym.
people there.
Exactly. And me. Well, and the gym that I go, it's like right in the corner,
Hmm.
and it's near from my house. And I think it's better like this because I think if I would have to go to a gym where it is far from where I live, I think
Hmm.
I would be in trouble because I don't think I would go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Today I have to go after the podcast. Do I want to go? No, I would like to sleep and chill. But if I don't go, yeah,
Now we can do
it
it.
becomes yeah, yeah. I'll give it away. Yeah, sniff some coffee here and go.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I also think like physical activities are they're good. Like it's a good opportunity to do something with other people. Like if
hmm.
you have friends to go with, or if you have family members that can go with you, I think it's a good option too because you're not going to do exercises alone. So if you have a friend can come with you, I think it's a good thing too.
Yeah, you chat, you distract yourself, and it becomes like a bonding moment too, right?
Mhm.
You have some fun. You mentioned gym. What else have you done, Amanda? Because I guess based on what you said, the first thing is the person has to be open to try different things. Like, maybe I discovered that I like dancing, so go to a dance class, and then you will have to interact and meet other people. Or maybe the person want to practice some volley, basketball, football, whatever, and
Mhm.
find a group of friends from high school. Oh, we haven't seen each other for a long time. Let's try to find a place and do it.
Yeah. Mhm. All
So,
right.
what are the different things you've done?
Okay, so I grew up doing gymnastics and
Mm,
ballet, and I think it's a passion of mine, move my
hmm.
body and do different things all the time. So I have done some experimental classes, I have done like forró classes, poly dance, yoga. I have done a thing called hot yoga. I don't know if you have
Hot yoga is
heard.
like yoga in a
Yes,
sauna.
exactly. Yes,
Really?
exactly. Yes,
I
it
was
is.
joking.
It is. Yes,
Now do the
I
flaming dragon, and then you should
yeah, I
pose.
believe I believe it's something new here in Brasilia. I don't know if this exists in other cities, but it's exactly what you said. It's a yoga inside a sauna, with a warmer temperature.
So
And
you
I have
sweat a lot.
exactly, yes. And I have done 3 classes, maybe, and it's different and I love it. It's really, really nice because I really like doing yoga and I found this hot yoga something different, because I have already done some
Hmm.
yoga classes and they're all the same, and when I saw this one, a hot yoga, I was like, oh, maybe this one is different. and then I gave it a try, and it's really nice. Really nice.
Nice.
It's in a sauna. It is.
I was really joking. That's very interesting. Very
It is.
interesting.
It is really interesting.
And to start, okay, because I know there are more than one type of yoga. I don't even know the names because normally the names are it's like Savanga Naganda. Some names like this, you know. Yeah, it's like. What are you guys laughing? It's like an Indian name. I don't know how to pronounce, but I know it's something with Nanananda, you know. I would
Yeah.
say ashwagandha, but ashwagandha is like a supplement, anything. It's something else, yeah. But okay, how is the first yoga class ever? What do you do? Like you just sit and start to learn breathing, or you already do some poses and some movements?
Yeah, the classes that I've done, all of them, I started doing movement, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I know the name of some positions, like the dog position, the warrior position, you know, there are some positions, but I think it depends on the people that is participating, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people can't do some movements, they can't stay in a specific position, so it depends. Like it's your rhythm, you know.
This is cool because it doesn't uh, frustrate people. It's like this: you learn that position, and you stayed with I don't know 3 seconds, too hard. So repeat for some time, and then you try to do for five, something like this. The progression.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Oh, more questions here. Okay. Um, Okay, this is a good one from Marlon. I would say from Giovanni. Okay. When you go to the gym, would you rather just listen to the ambience sounds and music there, or no, you like to do like earphones and focus, or no, you go with a friend and you like to chat? What's your system?
Okay, usually I go to the gym by myself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
alone, and I don't like to bring my cell phone because I think it distracts me. I
Mm-hmm.
like to do, I don't like to listen to music. People think it's strange, but I prefer doing things just by myself, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The songs that is playing in the gym, they're not good, you know, sometimes.
Yes, I
But
agree. Okay, no, to be
yeah,
fair, depending on the time they play some interesting things there.
yeah, but I don't care. It doesn't matter
Hmm.
to me. So I
You
do
are
without.
able to focus on what you're doing there at the time,
Yes,
right?
yeah, I think it's
Okay.
better for my anxiety.
Okay, yes. Related to exercise and yoga is yoga is very close to meditation too, because you really have, for example, you are doing a pose, you will kind of correct your posture. You have sometimes to breathe slowly, or sometimes I don't know, you don't breathe to do the thing properly. So you're really there paying attention in your body and everything that is happening. The same happens when you are at the gym. You are doing some exercise, you are focusing there, and so people sometimes they overestimate, they underestimate actually the benefits that we have. They only think about you're doing this because of ego or to look hot or whatever. Yes, true, but there are many other benefits there. There are many
Yeah,
other benefits there, and
there
it
are a lot
feels
of
great.
benefits.
Yeah. Okay, about Pilates. Okay, I have no idea how it's like, So can you explain to me, like I'm 5 years old, what do you
Mhm.
do? What do you learn? I
Yeah,
really don't know. I've just seen
it's like
some movements like a leg press stuff, but it was not like a
yes.
leg press. It was something else.
Yeah, actually, there are different types of Pilates, if I'm not
Mm,
mistaken. You know, there are different things that you can do during a Pilates class. And the Pilates I used to do was a type of Pilates that we did on the ground. So I didn't have any like I used to do on the ground, I didn't have any
Hmm.
type of equipment.
No
So
mats, no machines, no.
yeah, with no equipment, no machines, we used to use a ball, and we used to do on the ground, and the teacher showed us some movements, and we just repeated what the teacher was saying. And I think it was really, really nice. It worked for me. Like I have done I started doing in 2019,
Hmm.
and I have done for 2 years, maybe 3 years. And that was it. In my case, the type of Pilates I used to do is like on the ground. I didn't use any equipment, but I know there is this type of Pilates where people go to do on machine. There are big machines, and
Yeah, you know.
different, yeah, different equipments. But I haven't done this one. I think I should give it a try, but I haven't done this one yet.
You're very open-minded. That's nice. Like, I've never done this. I'm gonna try to see how it is. That's nice.
Yeah, I am. I think these types of physical exercise are great. I try to do everything I can. I can.
What are the basic difference? Because, for example, when you are doing like a normal workout, the focus is basically, for example, you hypertrophy. You are not doing cardio, so you want to get some lean mass. So what normally is going to happen is you're going to rupture some muscle fibers with your nutrition, protein, blah 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 blah, protein take. So when is the tissue is repairing, it grows. So yeah, and then you look bigger, basically. For people that are doing cardio, basically they wanna do some activity that spend calories and spend more calories. Calorie intake a little smaller, so you lose weight. What are the goals that people normally have with Pilates? Like correct some posture
Yeah.
or strengthen some part of the body? What are the benefits that you normally feel when you do it?
Yeah. For me, I started doing because I used to have a lot of back pain. I
Mm,
used to feel backaches all the time. And Pilates is really good for your posture. So I started doing because of that and also for your strength.
mm-hmm.
So I used to do because I had backaches all the time, and then it helped me a lot with this. So we
Nice.
used to we used to work specific parts of the body, like your back
Mm-hmm.
and your neck, for example, your shoulders. So it helped me a lot because I used to had backache all the time. So I started doing it because of that.
And they got better, like no more back pains.
Yeah, yeah, got better.
Nice. And how are the exercise on this? Like you mentioned the stationary ball. So for example, these I guess I've seen people put the ball on their backs and then they kind of lean like this.
Yeah,
They arch their body, and you have to stay that. I'm looking really weird here, but you have to stay in that position for a while. And it's like a resistance training, something like
yes,
this.
yes, yes, yes. This one is one of the movements that we can do, but there are really different ones and difficult ones. Like I said, it's difficult. You need to stay in some position. The teacher used to taught us some positions. For example, we use a ball and we strain our arm like this, and we stay like 10 seconds, and then we change like this, and it was
You are
hard,
moving,
but
I'm doing.
yeah, it's just like you, but
Nice.
it was fun. It was
Okay,
difficult,
nice.
and in my class there were old ladies. I think I was the
Did you
youngest,
make friends there?
and yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I made some friends there, and the old ladies thought that I was an expert, but it was just because I was the youngest one. So the teacher uh, asked asked us to do a movement, and then for
Hmm.
me it was okay because I am young, I could do it, and the old ladies were
Sorry,
like, "Oh,
I'm
she's so
laughing. I thought it would say because I didn't have scoliosis, so I could do it easy.
and yes, and the old lady was like, "Oh, she's so good," and I'm like, "No, no, I am not that good." But
Nice.
it's so
So
fun.
even for people that have never practiced, if they go to like a Pilates place, they will probably go the same day, the same hours. They will eventually make friends with people there. Nice.
Yeah.
And do you prefer, Amanda, individual activities when choosing something to do? For example, running alone in a park, or something collective that you can interact with other people? Or for you, both are fun depending on the day or the vibe.
I think both of them are nice, but how can I explain this to you? I prefer doing things by myself, but
Mm,
with a companion, like for example, I have done a forró class,
mm,
and forró, you need to dance with another person.
mm.
And it was not the best experience for me because I had to dance with another person and it was difficult. I was like, it was strange.
I
I
don't know
had
you.
to,
Don't touch me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I
was
know.
like, and now I need to touch you, and it was
Uh,
hard. But I like to do things by myself, but like in a class full of people, for example. So a yoga class, for example, I can do the movements alone, just
mm-hmm.
me, but the class is full of people, so there are people around me, but I can do the movements by myself.
Yeah, makes sense. Is it tough to learn the movements in forró? Because when I see people dancing, the impression that I have is like, fuck, no, maybe 10 years I will learn how to stand in that.
Yeah, it was difficult. Yeah, it was difficult. But the teacher, somehow he noticed that I did ballet. I don't know how,
Probably your
but
posture, because ballet
yeah, me
dancers, they
too.
tend to be more,
Yes, exactly. It was my first forró class, and I was dancing with the teacher, and then he asked me, "You dance? Like you dance in your day, like you have some experience with it?" And I was like, "Oh, like when I was a kid, I used to do ballet," and he was like, "Oh, yes, I can notice." And I was like, "Oh, nice. I didn't know, but I think it
nice.
it 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 makes a difference.
Still have the muscle memory there. That's cool. That's all right.
Exactly.
About ballet, you told me that you practiced when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, ballet
Okay.
gymnastics.
It looks tough too,
It is. It is. And my coach was terrible.
Really? Why? Like
Yes,
those, like the Black Swan type of thing. Like, do this,
exactly.
correct that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. She was
Mm,
she was really strict, really strict. And she demands a lot from a child, I was a kid, but my coach was really, really strict. And I'm saying this not in a bad way, she was really good and I learned a lot from her, but she was strict, so I used to do ballet and gymnastic, but my coach she was terrible. But I learned a lot from her.
maybe that's a thing, like, because I don't know. I've never seen okay, in movies or series when it shows like a ballet class, something like this. It's never like, oh, honey, no, it's like this, correct? It's like, what are you doing? You
It's
look
not
like
like
a
that.
cow.
No, exactly. Yes, yes. I used to practice in a gymnasium, at my
Okay.
school. And once I got out to drink some water,
Mm.
and I think um I don't know. I lost the time. I didn't come back the time my coach wanted for me to come back.
Hmm.
And then she closed the gate, and I stayed outside because I was late, and she was like, "You're not gonna enter." And I was like, "I need to practice." And she was like, "No, you're not gonna enter." And then I stayed outside, and she was terrible. She was terrible. And I didn't
Damn.
practice that day. Yes. It was not it was not with in a lovely way, she was
Hmm.
not, she was strict.
Not even tough love. It was like the army of the dancers, like an
Yeah.
army. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
But I am
Have you?
not traumatized, I am not saying like a traumatized person. No, I am okay, and I learned from that
Yeah.
experience.
Have you participated any competition or presentation with ballet?
Yeah, only presentations. I have never
Hmm.
competed, but I have done some presentations at school,
The
and
one that you were dressed like a heart that you mentioned.
yes,
Uh,
yes, like a heart and with a flower on my neck, like that.
But that must be in the way of your mobility, or how do you do? Because ballet is a lot of spinning and stretching, and how do you do
Yeah,
that without like a heart costume? Like,
I don't know. I had to find a way. I
it
had
was
to
the
do
tough
it.
teacher, like, oh, you are going to be late, so
Yeah,
you're gonna
do
dance like a hot.
Yeah, she was like, "Do you think this is difficult? Try to do this in a dress. Like, try to do this with a flower on your neck." And I was like, "Okay." And I was 10 years old, and I was like, "Okay, thank you.
Damn. Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it." Yes.
Before you started doing all these activities, have you always been like a active kid? Because for example, I was a little devil when I was a kid. I like to climb trees and a lot of energy. The scars that I have on my face today is because of that time. Fell over, hit my face. Anyways, were you like that, or no? You were more self-centered, and then like okay.
Yeah, yes, I was disciplined child.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was very well behaved. I think I have always been like this, a disciplined kid and well behaved. I don't know if uh, I was like this because of the gymnastics, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe.
Yeah, you started really, really young. That's actually a benefit for people who start doing like this type of activities. Martial arts too, they learn a sense of responsibility and goals and teamwork.
Like,
It's actually really cool. Okay, people love you here. One moment. Uh, this one about going with a friend you already answered. Okay, did they invite you to have some tea like the old ladies? Come on. We mentioned we were talking about the old lady said, "Oh, you are so good." Blah blah blah.
yeah.
Are you still in touch with people from this
No, I
time?
am
Like follow
not.
you on social media or anything like this?
No, no, no. So sad about it, but no. I was their friend, but
Hmm.
not not too close, you know. No.
That was it'd be fun. Yes, say hi to Donna Armenia. Hello, Donna Armenia. See you in the Pilates class.
I was like 20 years old, and they are older than me too.
Mhm.
Like they were 60, you know?
But that's sweet. It's nice that you were doing things together. Uh, I heard somewhere that you were looking for another activity to try. What are the next thing that you would like to do? I have a few recommendations that maybe you are going to enjoy, but you
Really?
first. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Okay, recently a friend of mine invited me to do rappelling, you know,
Cool.
and yes, I refused because I was afraid. I was like, I don't know if I can do this one. I was afraid. And then my friend uh, did alone, you know. And after her experience, I was like, okay, I think it's okay. I can do it. Maybe I'm gonna try this one. So I think it's on my to-do list.
Okay, very close, not exactly, but close to what I would recommend you. I've had this experience few years ago that my friend it was very into eco sports, like rappel, rafting, going on trekking, and then going to explore like a cave. Not explore like in Indiana Jones, but you go with a guide and everything. So it's not dangerous. You're not gonna go like some arrows and stuff, traps like that. No, it's very safe.
Good.
But I went to this place. It was so cool. Like you get a bus, you stay the whole day there. You go to the caves, depending on the place you go. Sometimes you do like some sort of rappel and stuff like that. You go to the water. But then we went to another activity that was going down the river like 7 kilometers, and we done rafting. Oh my God, it's so nice. It's thrilling, you know. So I think you will enjoy, because in the same place you will probably have this type of activities. So after that we went track in the middle of like a grove. No, it was actually a woods, and then we ended up in this beautiful waterfall. It's also a place where people go do this rappel, and it was so beautiful. It's like after a lot of things in the day, you go there and very crystalline water, and then you enjoy and chill. And I was in a group of me and other 3 friends. We made a lot of friends there. Like, oh my God, first time here. Yeah, where are you from? Wow, where's your Instagram? So it's
My
nice
friend
because
said the same thing.
even if you go alone, there is this sense of like a friendly tribe, oh, you are here with us, so let's stick together. What's your name? What are you doing? Where are you from? And very easy to make friends, especially because you are in nature, like you go on a boat with other, I don't know, 6 people that you don't know
Yes.
before, and you
Yeah.
kind of have to work together there. The guide is always, do you guys want to do this with emotion or without emotion? And then, it's very
This is the
cool. The
best
water
part
is
for me,
cold.
actually. Yeah, this is the best part for me, actually. I really like making friends, so I think it would be a nice experience, to do this with other people. Like even if you are alone, you can make friends.
Yeah, it's really addictive. And today everything is made easy. You find a place nearby, the bus is gonna pick you up, leave you there. So you don't have any headaches, just go and have fun. Um, the other one would be zip lining. I did in a city called Socorro here. You know, if you're not afraid of rappel because of the height, yeah, help city. Yeah, zip lining is cool. It's like there's this platform like on a hill, and the whole cable. And so when you do it, it's fun because there's like a guide, and he says, "Do you want me to push?" I said, "Don't touch me." And it is terrible. The worst feeling is the 2 seconds before you finally let go. But it's so fast. It's like, because it's very fucking high. So imagine, oh my God, my primitive instincts are kicking in, But I cannot go back now. I'm already here. There's a line of people that want to go. So yay. Then after you let go, and don't let go of the thing. Like, hold as your life depended on it. There's a cable there, but anyways. But after you go, like it's like, oh my God, look at that! Oh, like the bird,
They get
and the wind.
distracted.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. You feel like a kid, like again. You want to go back, and
Yeah, that's
So
it.
I
Nice
recommend.
dicas, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. For people that are visiting, they're visiting your city and they want to start doing that, where would you recommend them to go specifically there?
Okay. Um, People say Brasília is more like a business city because people come here to work, but it's possible to find places to have fun. I think there are really good parks here, good restaurants. If Let me think. Here in Águas Claras, there are too many restaurants. You can choose, and if you can choose any type of food, because you can find it here, or in Plano Piloto, like 𝗧𝗹𝗶𝗺𝗀 𝗧𝗹𝗇. You can go to Parque-da-Cidade to do physical activities, or if you want to go out with your friends. Yeah, I think that's it. There are good places here to have fun. If you want to go out at night, there are like nightclubs. I think there are really good ones too. That was it, I believe so.
Nice. So, I guess the secret is one thing that people can do. For example, a lot of people, they avoid starting doing something like this because going alone. But man, internet, social media today, you can go to a Facebook group and there will be like people who do calisthenics at blah 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 blah. People I recently started fishing again, and I found this place and I went there by myself 2 times. The second time I made friends because there were these guys fishing there. Oh, hello, and always like that. So I guess in general, people want to make friends. They just
Yeah, people are afraid to do things alone, but when you do like physical activities outside, you can make friends. There are always people doing this kind of thing, so you can make friends. So you go alone, but you can make friends there.
Or you can invite those friends that it's been a while that you don't talk and you don't do anything together, and you find an excuse for finally, oh, let's go there and do this. It can be a walk, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, I have some news. Unfortunately, we are already running out of time. I told you that time flies. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up with a Maria Gabriela question. Okay, that is what is different considering everything that you have done. What would you say to yourself 10 years ago? Your version 10 years ago, considering everything you've learned. What would be your advice, recommendation, or I don't know, maybe don't do that, do this.
I didn't think about this question. Oh God.
I know. I have one in my mind that is Maick, buy Bitcoin. That's a big regret that I have.
Well, let me think about this one. So what I would say to my 16
Yes.
year, yes, okay. I think I was a very insecure person, so I think I would say you need to be more confident, about yourself, and you can do new things, like I was too afraid of doing new things and I was too insecure about myself. And maybe a good advice, like you can explore new things, you can make new friends, you can talk to new people, So I think it's a good advice.
Yeah, you definitely can. You can do a presentation, a parade, you can dance in a heart, and you can be in a podcast, you see.
Yeah, I can do these things nowadays, I try to do them. So I would say this to my younger self.
Nice, nice. So for everyone watching us, Amanda, final words here. I mean, no, final words like, I mean, final message of today's episode.
I don't know. Try new things, guys. Do physical activities. They're good for your body, for your physical and mental health. If you're struggling, you can find different options, different physical activities. You can find something that you can have fun, like you don't need to be perfect. You just need to find something that you like and something that you can do outside, don't be inside your house every day, all the
Hmm.
time, and try to make friends, try to talk to people, go out with your friends, with your family members. They're always an option, so you just need to look for them, look for the new options and new activities. That's it.
Makes sense. I guess the secret is focus on just feeling good during whatever activity you decide to do. It's the
Yeah.
easiest goal that you can have. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna have fun, and then just do it. Nice. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
I
you.
will find the motivation to go to the gym in a few
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
can
not
do
motivation, it's discipline, coach talk.
it. You need to be disciplined, yes.
Yeah. I'll do my best.
Yes. Of
Okay, thank you
course.
so much. And
Thank you.
you guys in the chat, Javonico and everybody else here sending messages. Thanks for being here with us. Don't forget, this episode is going to be on Spotify tomorrow. Uh, Subscribe, leave a like, and I hope to see you next Wednesday, same time at 6 p.m. on our next episodes of Talking Times. Bye bye. Okay, they see us, but they don't hear us now. Or they don't see us anymore. No.